Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Is Steffy persuaded to spy at Katie's fashion house? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester Finnegan needs to improve now that Katie Logan Spencer is the owner of a rival fashion firm. After Katie remarried Bill Spencer, he gave her a fashion firm. To be honest, though, Steffy's attempts to plant a spy at Logan might be in vain given how terrified Katie is of managing her own home. Steffy, Brooke, Logan Forrester, and Ridge Forrester are apprehensive that Bill will play dirty, but they also question Katie's abilities. The Forresters might then consider sabotage, with Steffy choosing to set up a spy at Logan. Will Logan be a success? Daphne Rose, who wishes to quit FC anyway, is one of Steffy's possibilities in this area. Carter Walton will be devastated by Daphne's choice, so maybe she will just decide to leave FC rather than move to Paris. However, it's also possible that Elektra Forrester is hired as a spy. Would Elektra fall for Steffy's use of the family loyalty card? The Forrester family is worried Elektra would also have to betray Will Spencer, Katie, and Bill, so we're not sure if she will accept the ridiculous proposal. Dylan, who conveniently needs a job because she lives out of her car, might be the person Steffy turns to. It seems reasonable that Dylan has a job to support herself because she will be involved in the upcoming Elektra drama. However, as she first did with Daphne and FC, Steffy might come up with a newcomer. Let's be honest, Steffy could easily infiltrate Logan if she gives the proper person enough money. What takes place next on the soap based in Los Angeles? Would Eric Forrester be open to working as a spy for Steffy? That is an intriguing idea because spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Logan and Forrester Creations' feud will intensify in the upcoming days and weeks. How do you feel about Katie's capacity to manage a new fashion house? B&B spoilers, Ridge Forrester is outnumbered, and Deacon and Dollar Bill have a romance. An enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine will be this year's theme on The Bold and the Beautiful. Ridge Forrester has a challenging year ahead of him. Many folks in La La Land who weren't fans of the designer are now becoming best friends. Here are spoilers for the upcoming episodes of B&B. Over the years, Dollar Bill Spencer and Deacon Sharp have been at odds, primarily due to their shared ex-wife Brooke Logan. Fans of Spencer's and Sharp's Unite the Bold and the Beautiful are aware that Bill Spencer is happily married and no longer available, and Deacon could care less about Brooke these days. There's basically nothing left for the in-laws to argue about. They are actually all rejoicing over Liam Spencer and hope Logan's reunion. Bill and Katie Spencer travel to Il Giardino this week in the CBS soap series. The in-law bond between Bill and Deacon is very endearing, and spoilers indicate that they will be spending a lot more time together in future episodes. Liam's father is referred to as Dollar Bill by Deacon Sharp, who is looking for a new investor. Additionally, at the new fashion house, Katie Spencer will collaborate closely with Deacon's son. Beatty supports Deacon and Taylor when word spreads that Deacon has emotions for Taylor Hayes. There may be some hostility between Ridge Forrester and Deacon. Bill and Katie, Deacon's new in-laws, are at the top of the We Hate Ridge list and will be glad to support him in his conflict with Taylor's ex. Do you think it would be fantastic if Deacon and Bill were great friends and banded together to attack Ridge Forrester? Now that the Sharps and Spencers are hanging out so much, is Ridge in danger? Brooke from Bold and Beautiful is going to blow up Katie's bliss, and Ridge is going to start things off. Since their reunion, Brooke and Ridge from Bold and Beautiful have been indulging in romance, but even their happiness pales in comparison to her sisters. In addition to getting married again to the love of her life, Katie received a fashion house as a wedding present. Even the most inexperienced observers, however, are aware that all of this joy is precarious and that an earthquake is imminent. When Katie made the huge announcement that she would be leaving Forrester to launch her own fashion brand, Brooke became a little tense. Although she was able to put on a grin, she privately vowed the business would fail. Things didn't truly take off until Katie dared to give the fashion brand her own last name. Suddenly, the sisters were fighting fiercely because Brooke believed she was the only one who had the nickname. Naturally, the topic of Brooke and Bill's previous romance came up, and it was more than just a handy method for Katie to vent. It was hinting at something. You may be thinking, but Brooke and Ridge are stronger than ever. It's true. However, as we have often seen, Ridge is capable of changing his mind at any time. You're shaking your head now. At this point, he had put an end to his relationship with his ex-wife Taylor. Once more, true. Ridge, however, is a caveman. Readers of soaps should be aware that he still feels proprietary and protective of his children's mother, which is likely to cause mayhem. Brooke is your name, chaos. It's obvious that Steffy will go straight to her father to warn him about Taylor falling for Deacon, who happens to be Sheila's husband, given the terror she's currently exhibiting in Taylor's office. It is inevitable that Ridge will grow fixated on protecting Taylor from the madwoman in addition to detesting the notion of her being with Deacon. He has a duty, after all, and she recently recovered from Ridge-induced broken heart syndrome. He will tell Brooke that, at the very least. We have a suspicion that Ridge's renewed interest in Taylor will be all the justification Brooke needs to pursue Bill once more and ruin Katie's happiness. As we all know, Brooke won't tolerate Ridge's infatuation with Taylor any more than she did the idea of Katie receiving a fashion house named Logan from the man who once said, "I will always love you." Bill, on the other hand, is once again sporting the sword necklace. Do we need to say more? Katie basically welcomed this trouble to her door when she returned it to him. Spoilers for B&B, Brian Nicoletti joins the cast and RJ returns. According to spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, RJ Forrester has returned. He appears to be getting interested in the family business and starting to compete with Will Spencer. It's interesting to reintroduce this member of the Forrester and Logan family. It coincides with the show's concentrate on what has been a central theme of B&B for many years. Over the years, the conflicts between Forrester, Logan, and Spencer have driven plots, making this soap opera one of the most well-liked in the globe. The RJ character is at the core of the recently added fashion conflict because he is both a Logan and a Forrester.
When we last saw RJ Forrester, fans are aware that the actor who most recently played the son of Ridge and Brooke Forrester, Logan, hasn't been seen since 2024. Luna Nozawa's deception upset RJ, who soon quit the canvas. In 2023, Joshua Hoffman was named Ridge Forrester Jr. Along with young performers, he was the fifth actor to portray the part. In actuality, RJ was the one who made it possible to include Luna in the story. Before she developed feelings for RJ's cousin, Zen Forrester Dominguez, Yamada's character was an intern at Forrester Creations. For viewers, that was the first real look into Luna's thoughts. Bill Spencer rekindles family conflicts. Bill Spencer has long desired to remarry Katie Logan. Devoted watchers remember that it was prior to their son Will's recast. From 2018 to 2020, Finnegan George, a kid actor, played the role admirably. Will's success on social media was mentioned during his more recent return to Los Angeles, California. As Nicoletti gained a sizable social media following for his lip-sync videos, his notoriety increased. It seems sense to incorporate the generational conflict between Will and RJ's fathers into contemporary narratives. Soap is a generational product in part because it perpetuates historical tensions. Thus, Bill's wedding present to his new bride reaffirms B&B's core and shows his faith in her. Bradley Bell, the executive producer, deserves praise for making this decision. Will Spencer's act of kindness be reversed? Will found out that Dylan, Electra Forrester's buddy, was residing in her vehicle. The summer art instructor, who was being held captive by Luna, was invited to live above their spare garage at the beach house. The recast and return of RJ make it simple for him to become Dylan's new boyfriend. Will and Electra would first go on double dates with that presumed couple. Will and RJ are ready to fight, just as Ridge and Bill don't get along. As a result of their experiences with Luna, Electra has already surmised that Dylan has boundary problems with Will. However, as a stand-in for the Forresters, Spencers and Logans engaging in both personal and professional conflicts in this new year, the above scenario most likely conveys a pair versus couple dispute. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Luna's death leaves Poppy Nozawa adrift, and her silence may signal a shocking twist with the official presumption of Luna Nozawa's death. The Bold and the Beautiful now faces an unsettling question that viewers can't stop asking. Where does this leave her mother, Poppy Nozawa? Fans anticipated seeing a distraught mother explode on film following Luna's terrible death. Grief, blame, wrath, or at the very least sorrow. Rather, Poppy has virtually disappeared from the canvas. Her absence has not gone unnoticed, and as is often the case with soap operas, Quiet may reveal much more than tears. Poppy Nozawa has always been a unique and divisive figure. She disregarded expectations of parenthood, responsibility, and emotional attachment as soon as she moved to Los Angeles. That makes the current state of affairs much more unsettling. Despite Luna's purportedly permanent absence, Poppy's response has been so subdued as to raise suspicions. Actress Romy Park's future on the CBS soap opera and whether Poppy is simply off-screen for the time being, or being positioned for something far bigger, have been the subject of intense conjecture. Poppy's past makes Luna's death even more disturbing. Fans will never forget that this is the same mother who once said that she felt relieved when she initially thought Luna was dead. This is something the writers appear to dare viewers to remember. Fans' perception of Poppy was irrevocably changed by that terrifying admission. She was emotionally distant to the point of being psychopathic, not just a bad mom. Since Luna is said to have passed away once more, the absence of obvious sadness seems more like intentional storytelling than a mistake. Is Poppy really unaffected? Is she suppressing her feelings? Or does she possess knowledge that the rest of Los Angeles lacks? Poppy's strange serenity makes viewers wonder if Luna's drama is truly over, or just stalled on a soap opera where death is rarely permanent. What would it mean for Poppy if Luna returned? Coffins are transient in the world of soap operas, and funerals are frequently deceptive. There were many unsolved issues following Luna Nozawa's death, and Poppy's involvement in her reappearance, alive, disguised, or resurrected through yet another twist, could be explosive. Would Poppy assist her daughter in remaining undetected? Did she already know that Luna had made it? Or will Poppy be forced to face the harm she has caused as a mother when Luna returns? Any reappearance of Luna would thrust Poppy into the spotlight right away, and might reveal truths she has been able to keep hidden for years. Fans are divided, but they want more Poppy. Viewers of Bold and the Beautiful have voiced their concerns about Poppy's uncertain future on social media. Some fans still feel uneasy about the character, but others think there is a ton of unrealized potential. Many viewers have suggested that Poppy could become a persistent troublemaker, a morally dubious wildcard like to Phyllis Summers from The Young and the Restless. Others have proposed unanticipated aspects, such as a closer relationship or perhaps an uncomfortable alliance with Sheila Carter or Lee Finnegan. One thing that most fans have in common: Poppy shouldn't go unnoticed. Her past, her decisions, and her relationship with Luna are too unstable to just disappear without repercussions. Poppy Nozawa. What's next? It remains to be seen if Poppy gets a villain upgrade, a redemption journey, or plays a major role in a plot involving Luna's resurrection. However, characters like Poppy Nozawa are not introduced in soap operas just to be abandoned after a tragedy. Poppy will eventually have to face the terrible and public loss of Luna if she is indeed gone. Poppy's silence might be the clearest hint of all if Luna is still alive. In any case, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Poppy's narrative is far from finished, and her reappearance won't be subtle. On The Bold and the Beautiful, danger, passion, and conflicting allegiances collide as Steffy Forrester becomes completely terrified due to her mother's developing relationship with Deacon Sharp. Meanwhile, Carter Walton makes a final, heartfelt appeal to prevent Daphne from leaving Los Angeles. Deacon's confession sets off alarm bells. Deacon Sharp attempts to concentrate on business at Il Giardino, but it's obvious that his mind is elsewhere. His son Deke realizes right away that he is preoccupied and aloof while standing behind the bar. Deacon first sidesteps Deke's questions regarding the woman who is obviously on his thoughts. He is married after all. He pledged himself. He is married to Sheila Carter. However, the truth eventually comes out after enough sighs and reluctance. Sheila Deacon isn't considering it. It's also more than a passing idea. Deacon acknowledges that there is another person who is wise, sensible, and quite significant to him. Deke is shocked, then ecstatic, when he finally shouts the name Taylor Hayes. Deke sees no threat. He sees a chance. He states rather frankly what everyone at Il Giardino already knows. The mood has been tainted by Sheila's presence. Clients steer clear of her. When she enters, the staff becomes anxious. Furthermore, Deacon's success has occurred in spite of her rather than because of her. Deke claims that Taylor stands for respect, stability, and an orderly future. In a panic, Deacon tells his son to remain silent. This cannot be removed. Not right now. Never. Deke, however, is powerless to resist. He is certain that Taylor is considerably safer than the woman he married, and that she is the woman his father deserves. Steffy goes into full protective mode. Steffy Forrester is not holding back when she senses trouble across town. Steffy accuses her mother of being too close to Deacon Sharp and storms into Taylor's office to confront her. As she reminds Taylor of the obvious, Deacon is married, her indignation rapidly intensifies. Not only that, but she was married to Sheila Carter. Taylor maintains that nothing improper has occurred. Steffy is completely unconvinced. She's had enough. She's had enough. Finally, the truth is revealed as Taylor acknowledges that Deacon is more than just a patient. Taylor acknowledges that Deacon can relate to her. He notices her. She didn't anticipate or plan for this connection. Steffy is appalled. This has nothing to do with romance. Survival is at issue here. Sheila Carter once came dangerously close to killing Steffy. Steffy becomes completely terrified at the thought of her mother being the next victim. She gives Taylor a clear warning. If Sheila learns about this, she will lose it and target Taylor. In an attempt to explain it, Taylor even speculates that Sheila might have changed. That she prevented Steffy's death. That reasoning just exacerbates the situation. Now Steffy is actually afraid. She is adamant. This isn't you. Pursuing a married man? Sheila spows. Shaken, Taylor eventually admits her daughter is correct. She pledges to put an end to any emotional terrain she and Deacon have strayed into and asserts that they haven't broken any boundaries. A mother and daughter give each other a hug, but the threat is far from finished. Because being inconvenient doesn't make feelings go away. Carter Walton is dealing with a different type of heartache at Forrester Creations, but he begs Daphne not to leave. He assures Daphne that their future is no longer defined by his past transgressions, and that the time is finally right for them. He implores her to stay, to remain, to pick him. Daphne listens, obviously moved yet unwavering. Home is Paris. Even though their relationship has been captivating, she worries that it might just be a fantasy that will ultimately fail. Carter opens out to her, expressing how much he damaged her by staying with Hope and realizing that Daphne was correct all along. He desires her entirety. He won't let her go. Their farewell becomes intense, sentimental and unresolved. She assures him that she is always reachable via phone. Carter has higher expectations. Brooke Ridge and a storm brewing in other parts of Forrester. Brooke Logan asks out loud whether Taylor is at last moving on and even hopes she finds happiness with another man. Ridge is charmed by Brooke's kindness, but is unaware of how dangerous that other man could be. Because Sheila Carter is never as composed as she seems, Deacon is still married, still conflicted and still vulnerable, even if Taylor has promised Steffy that she will take a step back. All bets are off if Sheila finds out. And Steffy is certain of who will bear the consequences this time. Deke is confronted by Sheila. While Daphne and Carter confront the truth of their relationship's future, Sheila confronts Deke after hearing something she wasn't supposed to. Everyone is left wondering who a potential kiss is truly intended for as feelings develop. After listening in on Deke and Deacon, Sheila confronted Deke. Additionally, Daphne and Carter discuss the situation, and there's a chance that a kiss will endure. Is it for Carter and Daphne, or for someone else? In Los Angeles, today is going to be significant. Important takeaways: Sheila confronts Deke after listening in on a private chat between Deacon and herself. As her potential departure approaches, Daphne and Carter discuss their current situation. Concerns about who might be kissed and if a kiss is imminent intensify. What previously occurred on B&B when Taylor intervened to help Deacon when he discovered Sheila had concealed Luna's existence. She went too far. Sheila was recently calmed down by Lee, who assured her that Deacon loved her. They both insisted that it must end, but neither of them appeared to be able to do so. What has been developing between them hasn't been dampened even by Sheila's ominous presence. Carter and Daphne, meantime, have been seeing each other informally since Christmas. Although she had been crushing on him for years, Daphne left Los Angeles because he first picked Hope. Daphne returned after Hope broke up with Carter, though she didn't instantly reintegrate into his life. She made him earn her attention while maintaining a certain distance. Even while their relationship is still strong, she's beginning to think that it might be time to go back to Paris. Carter wasn't prepared to give up entirely, despite Daphne's attempts to let him down with ease. Deke ended up working for Deacon at Il Giardino after being fired from Forrester Creations. Katie believed he would be the perfect fit for her new fashion firm as soon as she saw him there.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.